Alright, so, she's carrying that knife, deselects herself as well, doesn't deselect herself as a victim. She's victimized, but she survives because she had that knife. Now, what reason would you give for saying that people should not carry a knife? I mean, even given this one situation, we don't know how many people's lives that girl saved, but she definitely saved her own. That is one life saved with a knife. And are you likely to be victimized by a serial killer? No. But what if you are? What if you are victimized by a serial killer and you don't have a knife? You've just put yourself in a worse position. Chances are it'll never happen to you. But that's not the point. Chances are, many of the things you're insured against will never happen to you. Is it likely that your house will burn down? No. But almost everyone who owns a home has homeowner's insurance, because if their house does burn down, they want to have it replaced. They don't want to be left out in the cold. So we buy insurance. And why, for that very same reason, would you not carry a knife? Are you likely to be victimized? No. Will you probably ever use your knife in a defensive encounter? No. Are you a knife fighter? Probably not. But that's not the point. The point is, the knife is a tool that you could use in a defensive situation that might possibly save your life. So this is the reason that I advocate carrying knives. Oh, another thing people say, knives escalate situations. If you get in a fight, knives escalate it. Do knives really escalate a situation? No, they don't. Nothing escalates a situation. No inanimate object escalates a situation. That's ridiculous to say. Here's a frame of a revolver. Can this escalate a situation? No. It can't even shoot. This is an inanimate object. It will not escalate any situation. If I put it back together, it won't escalate the situation. Here's a Glock 19. Will it escalate a situation? No, it will not. It is an inanimate object. It is a tool in the hand of its user. This will not escalate a situation. Now, will a person pulling out this gun escalate a situation? Probably. If you pull a gun in a fight, you're going to escalate a situation. Will this escalate a situation? No, it won't. Will this neck knife escalate a situation? Of course not. It's an inanimate object. It cannot escalate a situation on its own. How about a K-ball? Will this escalate a situation? No. Will it escalate a situation if you whip this thing out? Yes. If you pull a K-bar out in the middle of a bar fight, you've just escalated a situation. You've just gone from misdemeanor disorderly conduct and maybe minor assault to a attempted murder or aggravated assault charge. That has escalated a situation. You better not pull that thing out unless you have to in order to defend your life. Unless you feel that it is your last resort, you should never deploy lethal force. However, if it is your last resort and you don't have that knife, what are you going to do then? People escalate conflicts, not inanimate objects. This knife will never escalate a conflict. If I have this knife in my pocket and I get in a fist fight and I don't pull it out, the situation has not been escalated. It'll resolve itself as long as it doesn't get more violent. Now, if the other guy pulls out a knife, then I'll pull out my knife. Or I'll pull out my Glock 19 optimally. Or, I'll have a police baton, which I'll whip out and crack the guy with, because this has got a lot more reach. However, the knife on its own will never escalate a conflict. It will also never de-escalate a conflict. It cannot do anything without its user. You just need to use it appropriately. So that is the key thing with something like this, or a gun, or a coup baton, anything of that nature. If you attack someone, it will escalate a situation. You need to seek to de-escalate the situation. But sometimes when you can't, you may need to deploy your knife. So for these reasons, I advocate carrying a knife at all times. And I think everyone should. Not just men. I think women should carry knives. Because frequently, women are victimized. And if you have a knife, you may be able to defend yourself from that victimization. Optimally, you'd carry something like this. Or, maybe a Gerber Evo. Or the bird Cara. because these knives are excellent for defending yourself. They have 4-inch blades, they have a lot of handle space, they come out quickly, they have, good cutting techniques, good gripping ability. These knives are excellent for defending your life. However, a lot of women, I find, do not want to carry something like this. It's large. This is large. In fact, often, pockets on women's clothes aren't that deep, so your knife would be poking out. However, could you carry a Kershaw Vapor? It's a 4-ounce knife. It's a little bit heavy, admittedly, but it's very thin, and it's short. It's a 3-inch blade. It's not a very big knife. However, this could be used to defend your life. If all you have to do is stab a guy 3 times and run like crazy, this could be an excellent tool for defending your life. Kershaw Oso. If you don't want to learn how to open a knife quickly, for women, or for men if you're just lazy, a lot of my female friends have trouble opening a knife like this quickly. Not that you can't if you're a woman, but, a lot of women just don't care to learn to open one quickly. Get something like this. It's assisted opening. That thing pops out automatically. You don't have to worry about it. All you have to do is activate the finger flipper. It comes out on its own. And this knife, 4.2 ounces, so it's a little bit heavy, but it's thin, and it's not very big. It's small. You could carry that easily. Even if it's a Gerber EAB, it's got a razor blade in it. It has, an inch of cutting surface, maybe an inch and a half. Not very good for defending yourself, I would say, but it's better than nothing. If this is all you can carry, then carry it. Go ahead and carry that. Maybe all you can carry is this case knife. This thing is like, just over 1 ounce with a FRN handle and, just a 2-inch blade. And if you had nothing else, this would be serviceable for defending yourself. Not the best, but you could use it to stab. And if you have to, deploy this, Maybe something like this Remington. Yeah, I know it's a little bit big, but not traditionally a defensive knife, but you could use it. Maybe a Buck Sikiden, no longer produced, of course, but, if you had something like this, you could use it. It's not very big, it doesn't have a pocket clip, it just slides down in your pocket, but if you had to use it, you could. The moral of the story is, you can carry a knife. It's not that hard. You can find knives for women that are easy to carry. I've gotten several of my female friends Gerber Evos. They're not real expensive. They're easy to carry because they're thin. They are a little bit big, of course, a little bit long. And, some of my friends won't carry one. But some of my female friends will carry a Gerber Evo, so I've gotten it for them. Gotten it for 2 or 3 of my female friends. Another one, I got a Kershaw Oso for her because it's easy to carry. And she can carry it with her all the time, and she does. One of my other friends, I got a Gerber Evo Jr. She said she wanted something small because I told her I was going to get her a knife and I wanted her to carry it. So I got her an Evo Jr. It's about half that size, but it has a good defensive blade. And it would be effective if she needed to defend her life in a situation like the one we've talked about with that serial killer. So, my challenge to you is, if you are a man and you carry a knife all the time, like I think you should, you carry a knife with you 90% of the time, and you know a female friend who does not carry a knife, go out and buy that friend a knife and tell her you want her to carry it. You can explain that it has good utility purposes, that it's just a good thing to have, but tell her you want her to carry it. Get her to carry it. Do a blade check on her. Hey, have you got your knife on you? Make sure she carries that thing. And maybe someday down the road, she'll deploy that knife in a defensive situation, and it may save her life. And she will thank you at that point. But anyway, that's my challenge for you. If you're a male and you know a female friend who does not carry a knife, go out and buy her a knife and tell her to carry it. JC the Sniper, signing off.